blue team, we have Kappa Wolves, we have Hawk Fu on the Mirrodin, we have Michael Udall on the Illidan, Fam on the Jaina, aka Face on the Rhaegar, and we have Big Impact on that Tassadar jet.
And the right hand side, starting off in the bot lane, we have Zeratul being played by Araragi. Apparently first time there, but he isn't. He's played him a little bit. He's got that blue that blue Wonder Billy there. Has to be at least level 7, I think, to have that. Kenma on the Valor this time, not the support. It's Nick playing support in the form of Brightwing. Then the Vikings being played by Zuna, of course, and Erho playing the ETC. And that is Team Tornado.
Yeah, pretty standard from how we saw the previous games. We get 3 down bottom with a 2, but up top we do see in the mid lane where we have Zuna with all 3 Vikings coming in here to play. And Rocky just going back and forth in these lanes, maybe trying to just do a little extra damage to maybe Big Impact, or on the bottom lane just to kind of push him back so he loses on that experience. He does end up missing with his spike, unfortunately, so they're going to end up falling back and not securing the kill.
Yes.
Yeah, and in this top lane, this is a pretty tough lane for Michael Udall. Erho is just a massive wall right now. And now with Araragi up here as well, Erho still being pretty aggro here. Might go a little bit passive and allow Araragi to jump on in here, but that's not the case. And Araragi has started Regen Master, and Vala has started Siphoning Arrow. I like my predictions right now.
It's looking pretty good so far. From what you were explaining earlier in the draft, we do see Haku coming up here to kind of just poke off Zuna a little bit, but it's not going to be enough as he's going to just keep rotating up top. Araragi coming down here to Vision, and I can believe that they're going to start working on the Giant Camp as soon as it pops on the side of Tornado.
Yeah, they certainly are. It's up just about now, and even Araragi should be able to tank this up with the damage coming out from Eric and Balog. First one dropping down very quickly there, and they still have Olaf soaking the mid lane. Erho running interference here, stopping Hawkfu getting to his own easy camp. Michael Udall having to retake that watchtower off of Erho. And there it is. One easy camp gets taken. It's tribute time, and it is going to be down in this bot lane where Nick and Kenma are currently positioned. There's the Valor one as well. Hungarian Arrow range increased by 25%. Number of times it bounces is 3 as well. So expect the Volt talent at level 7 there. Again, just to keep as much distance between the two as possible. But Zeratul transitioning into a Gathering Power build.
Yeah, it comes on down. The rest of the member, Michael Udall, just doing some pursuit there, and we do see the arrow coming off. And wow, almost getting taken down, but it's just the clutch plays from AKA Face and the healing ward going down. Ends up saving his life there. This first tribute's going to go to the favor of Tornado as they pull ahead, push the members of Kappa Wolves out of the way, and secure the first one.
Yeah, they do, as Tornado now. Their Siege Giant camp in this bot lane did get taken down, however Michael Udall going now up to the top lane to secure his own, as Hawkfu having to Dwarf Toss away, does get power slid past, then face melted back, but he is able to survive. He is made out of candy, of course. It is rather hard to break, as his trait also pops. Erho again, looked like he wanted to go and grab the watchtower, but did get swayed off by the fact that the easy camp had got taken, which meant someone, at least one player, was near.
Yeah, Erho and Hawkful just going back and forth, just slapping each other, doing a little bit of damage here and there. We do see Michael Udall going in for those Bruiser camp, but Ragi knows a little bit better than that. He's just checking it out, and he's might potentially try and go in here, as we do see an attack coming in. Blizzard goes down from Fam, doing some damage to Aragi, but it's not going to be enough to secure the kill, as we are going to be forcing him out. This is not looking very good for Tornado at the moment, because they are behind enemy lines here, but with the amount of bruisers that are up, there's just not going to be enough. And we do see Illidan and Jaina going down in that engage.
Yep, 2 for 0. And they could potentially grab themselves this tribute from this top lane as well. Erho forcing Hawkfu away. He does have that level 7 talent. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. ETC becomes a pretty strong 1v1er. Pretty strong duelist at this level 7 talent. And now with Kenma behind them just to add even more damage to them. just helps them so much here. And you'd like to think that this allows time for the Zeratul to come up, and the Vikings as well. Brightwing can TP whenever, and that this just helps the side of Tornado so much.
Yeah, like you were saying, Brightwing does end up coming up on Nick. Going to come up and do a little bit of damage there and heal the side of Tornado. We're going to have a pushback. Michael Udall about to capture that, but Airho's going to say, nope, you're not getting it, bro. And Hawkfu just getting knocked back and forth there, and Muradin gets taken out of the fight. Big impact. Very low as Dimensional Shift does come out, but the damage factor from Kenma and Aragi are way too much to be handled with, and this is the second tribute going in favor of Tornado.
It is. This puts them at 2-0, and in a very precarious situation it does put Kappa Wolves, because they are forced to fight in the next one, and by the time that one comes round we could see Tornado being level 10 having their heroics, and that can make an insane impact. The Vikings Longbow coming in at level 10 will zone out Jaina and Illidan there, and then you have the Blink Kill from Brightwing, just adding a little bit more CC in there. The VP that will come out from Zeratul would be so good, and there it is, Valor again, level 7. Cooldown of Hungering Arrow is reset when Volt is used. I'm excited to see this build actually in a team fight here, up against Michael Udall, just putting so much distance between the two of them. And it is tribute time, and guess who's about to hit level 10?
Tornado. They're going to have the upper hand in this next tribute, which is key, because if they get this next one, it does curse Kappa Wolves, and it's going to be a lot of pressure coming on them with all the forts and gates that they have still up. See Zuna coming down here with Kenma. They are zoning them out perfectly at the moment. They cannot do anything because they are not level 10, and this is going to be the first curse of the game going towards Tornado as they secure it, and Kappa Wolves needs to be careful as they have to defend. A lot of damage is going to be incoming. As you can see, Erho, Aragi, and Kenma with the help of Nick down bottom lane. They're going to try and secure this outer fort.
Yep, they are. They have the Siege Giants behind them as well. Meanwhile, Olaf in this top lane is going to be joined by Hogfu, missing the stun as well there, unfortunately. But they are going to try and extend their lead by grabbing these structures. They could also make a play for this Grave Golem here if they wanted to, but they want to secure themselves the fort first, get that XP, and then maybe go from there.
Yeah, they definitely have the positioning where they can go for the boss at this point, the Golem. I mean, a lot of members of Kappa Wolves are all spread out at the moment trying to defend other lanes, especially with the Vikings creeping around, pushing those lanes out. We can see Aragi taking a little bit of damage with Airho, but it's not going to be enough to stir up a fight or, you know, get anyone nervous about engaging on a team fight. We do see that Tornado's just going to say, all right, you poked us back a little bit, we're just going to fall back now. We want to play it safe and get ready, because now this is a crucial time where they can end up taking their boss.
Before we go any further, we have a force wall on Tassida.
That force wall. I had a force wall on the game 1 against Stellar Lotus and Balance the Hype, and it actually helped Stellar Lotus very well. So I want to see how they're going to end up playing this.
Yeah, the force one, well, I'll continue this point after Azerho goes sliding on in past Hokfu, who, again, being a Muradin, is very squishy without his avatar form. Metamorphosis coming in, but Udao is all by himself. He has to get into the safety there, and the Ancestral is going to come down. Does keep him topped up, but that means Muradin goes down. 4-man mosh pit. Oh, you absolute monster right now. Fam is going to be the next target. Does get a Cone of Cold off, but should go down. There it is. And the force will actually made its competitive debut, like its presence on the competitive scene, actually at Heroes of the Dorm.
Yeah, it was used a lot during Heroes of the Dorm. Unfortunately, they didn't showcase it during this engage we just had. It was not actually used. And like we were saying for Ultimates, though, ETC actually took Mosh Pit this game. So he didn't actually take the stage dive, which in that engage really helped out Tornado, giving them that 2-level advantage, and the Golem stealing it from the side of Kappa Wolves.
Yeah, now, during that draft, I have to say that, because I mentioned the fact that Mosh Pit probably wouldn't be taken, but there wasn't much CC to interrupt it. Wouldn't have been taken because Cursed Hollow is such a large map, it worked effectively for them last time, but with Muradin being the only interrupt available, provided Erho gets on top of Muradin, then that's a guaranteed full channel of a Mosh Pit. And that can do some great stuff. Then level 20 comes in, he gets the Bolt of the Storm, just bolt in, boom, Mosh Pit. Can really do some good stuff as the level 13 talents are here, 14 to 12. Of course, you have the Uber Rockstar. The Impatience is a virtue sprint, pretty standard there, and now we're actually seeing the transition into the auto attacks rather than the Frost Shot on Valor. Personally, I'd prefer the Frost Shot here just to add a little bit of a slow on there, but you don't have the range on the multi-shot, so it's kind of understandable. Zeratul going for that wormhole, very standard from him.
Yeah. Yeah, like you were saying with the Vala, it's nice to have that Frost Shot and just slow down your enemies when they're trying to retreat in some of these engages. But during this whole kind of talking about Vala and the different heroes and their talent choices, we did see that the side of Kappa Wolves had to defend up top from that golem, giving Kenma the chance to steal this tribute down bottom and acquiring it so that Kappa Wolves was not able to grab it. We do see Kappa Wolves heading back up top as they're going to try and engage and get this siege camp, as unfortunately Tornado knows better, knows where they're going to be at, and steals the Bruiser camp on their side.
Yeah, and now they're going to look to push down this bot lane, or at least grab the tower here. Ho gets that one, and then shove this minion wave in. They have the minion wave behind him. In fact, they're just going to tank this one up. Araragi is the first one taking hits here. He does blink out, going to be wormholing back there. Easy enough, and now he has to just walk out there. Zuna, though, frontlining with those Vikings, could transition into a longboat here and see what he can do, and there it is. There's the longboat, taking a lot of damage from that Blizzard. Has to use his shield. In fact, I believe he got protective shielded from the Brightwing there, and forced to back away from this one. Michael Udall, though, he still wants some of this engagement. He does get Emerald Winded back, though. The strafe coming in onto Hokfu. VP means that Hokfu is just all by himself here, isolated completely, and there it is. 3-man mosh pit, big impact, not able to get out in time. Easy clean up here, just Hokfu and big impact remaining. Kenma should be able to find one. The force wall being used to stop Kenma, but Muradin will go down anyway. And they're at least going to get one keep out of this. Look to get a second as Zuna goes to grab the other tribute.
Very well done job from Tornado in that engage. They knew that Zuna was getting chased like that. I think the members of Kappa Wolf might have should have decided just to kind of stay back and not chase, especially the Vikings. And it ended up turning into where they all sort of, well, Illidan ended up getting just completely demolished, and then walking into the VP, and then also the mosh pit. So it was just a very well coordinated from Tornado as they ended up taking that victory in that fight.
Yeah, now they have a pretty big lead here. 3 levels and the talent included as well. And let's take a look at those 16 talents. Of course, pretty standard. You've got the double bombs on Zeratul, meaning we'll see Rewind at 20. Blood for Blood on Valor, Criterize, Norse Force, and of course, Imposing Presence. The only other option would be the Stone Skin, but there's no real need, especially when you are up against the Tastar and the Illidan. Imposing Presence does quite a bit here. As Michael Udall, that's a very aggressive move from him, but they're not going to get punished for this.
Yeah, they're going to end up getting that giant camp freely. Michael Udall taking a bunch of damage from Aragi as they came in the back line. Force wall coming out from Tassadar, but is it going to be enough? Hawkfu is trying to escape here. Strafe coming off. We do have Michael Udall with that metamorphosis, but again, just gets melted by the amount of damage. As we do see VP comes out, we also just see the amount of damage from Zuna all across the board, and unfortunately, this is not looking good for Kappa Wolves as they are consistently just losing these team fights when they need them. Big Impact is going to get caught back here. He is not going to be able to escape, even though he has Dimensional Shift. And Fam all the way down here. Nick, Kenma, just finishing everything up, and that's going to be it for game 1. I'm thinking.
Yep, it is 10 seconds on the Muradin. Illidan's going to be up now, but they are cursed, of course. They've got a hard camp here. They've got 2 catapults. They can just zone out Michael Udall here on the Illidan. Cornout taking severe damage down to 50%. And that is it. Going to be game 1 of this best of 3, going in favour of Tornado. Really nice play from them. Again,
yeah.
we didn't really get to see that Valor build come into play because Illidan just got bursted down so quickly. But just really nice in general. The mosh pits from Erho were just so key.
Yeah, Erho was definitely on his A game. Just to go over the stats really quick of the match that just happened, we do see that Kappa Wolves never got any kills.
No. They also didn't get a single tribute.
Yes, that's another key point. Tornado brought their A game to this match. Now, could have been draft, could have been that Maybe Kappa Wolves are just tired from playing previous matches. I'm not sure, but Tornado definitely brought the hurt to Kappa Wolves. And I'm hoping Kappa Wolves can come back in game two, or we're going to see Tornado taking victory here tonight.
I feel like one of the keys that Kappa Wolves really need to think about here is, what do they ban? I feel like they'll be tempted to rush into a Vikings ban here, but I don't think the Vikings were the problem. I feel like either pick ban etc. Erho has been so good on that hero throughout tonight. Pick ban etc. and then just go from there. See how the draft evolves. But guys, again, we're going to take a very short break while we do get this second map set up. The map itself still needs to be decided, so we'll get that information to you as soon as possible. We'll see you in just a few minutes.